Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a critical issue for any UK financial firm, getting your compliance manual ready for 2025. It's a way bigger risk than you might think. So let's get right into it. So let me ask you this, especially if you're a general insurance broker. Is your manual putting your FCA authorization on the line? Because honestly, the regulatory world has changed so much that a manual from even a couple of years ago isn't just outdated. It could be a serious liability. I mean, we're seeing these huge regulatory shifts completely changing what the FCA expects. You've got consumer duty, which is all about customer outcomes, and then there are the new rules around product governance and fair value. This isn't about just tweaking a few words in an old document, It's a fundamental rethink of how compliance has to work now. And that brings us to, an uncomfortable truth. The simple fact is, the vast majority of compliance manuals being used by general insurance brokers right now are dangerously out of date. They just weren't designed for the world we're operating in today.
And just look at this list. You can see exactly where the problems are. So many manuals haven't properly woven in the new consumer duty principles. We're seeing product governance, or PROD, requirements just missed. And that critical March 2025 operational resilience deadline, it's coming up fast. The real question is your manual ready for it? What about documenting the 15 hours of CPD required under the Insurance Distribution Directive? These aren't small things. They're absolute must-haves.
And this right here really hits the nail on the head. This isn't just about some annoying admin. A bad manual is a direct threat to your permission to even operate, to your good name in the industry, and to your entire business. So, what on earth is the solution? Well, the solution has to be something specialized, professional, and actually easy to use. And that's exactly where this General Insurance Compliance Manual template comes into play. It's built from the ground up to solve the very problems we've just been talking about. So, what is it exactly? Okay, think of it as a complete 23-section compliance framework. And this isn't some generic one-size-fits-all thing. No, it was designed specifically for GI brokers. And this is the crucial part. It's been totally rewritten for the regulatory world of December 2025. And this slide just shows the difference perfectly. We all remember those old, rigid PDFs, right? Where you couldn't change a thing. Well, forget that. This is a fully editable Word document. That means you can actually customize it in minutes, update it whenever the rules change, and make it fit your business like a glove. It puts you back in the driver's seat. So when we say it's a comprehensive framework, what are we really talking about? Let's pop the hood and take a look inside. See, this isn't just some high-level checklist. The manual has 23 deep dive sections. It covers everything from dedicated chapters on consumer duty and product governance to the nitty-gritty rules for client money, or CAS 5, and of course, operational resilience. It just goes to show you how thorough this thing is. Okay, so we've got this comprehensive, editable solution. But what does that really mean for you and your business in the real world? Well, it all boils down to a really powerful value proposition, saving you time, saving you money, and cutting down that huge regulatory risk. Now, think about this. If you were to go out and hire a consultant to build a manual of this quality from scratch, you'd be looking at a serious bill. We're talking anywhere from $5,000 to over £15,000. That's just the traditional way of doing it. Now, compare that with the one-time cost for this template, £400. You get the same professional-grade foundation for just a tiny fraction of the cost. It gives you this massive head start and saves you thousands. It's a no-brainer. And don't just take my word for it. Here's what this looks like for a real firm. This quote from an MD at a regional broker says it all, doesn't it? Saved us weeks of work, and they customized it in just one day. That's the kind of impact we're talking about. So how does it work? How do you get that kind of efficiency? Honestly, the process couldn't be simpler. You buy it, you get an instant download. Then you just use a simple find and replace to pop in your firm's details, tweak any sections you want to make them perfect for you, and that's it. You've got a professional, FCA-ready manual. Now, of course, a tool like this is only as good as the brains behind it, which begs the question, who actually put this all together? Let's talk about the authority behind this framework. So the template comes from a firm called Compliance Consultant, who are known in the industry as the Compliance Doctor, and for good reason. With over 25 years of hands-on experience in UK financial services, they really live and breathe this stuff. Their whole philosophy is making compliance work, turning it from this big, scary monster into something that actually protects your business. All right, so we've looked at the problem, we've seen the risks, and we've walked through a really professional solution. So what's the logical next step to protect your firm and get your compliance framework sorted?
It really all comes down to this one simple question. When you weigh up the risks of using an old, outdated manual against the sheer efficiency of a modern professional solution, are you ready to make that upgrade?
If the answer's yes, then here's how to take action. You can get in touch with Compliance Consultant, the home of the compliance doctor, on their free phone number, or even simpler, just book a no-obligation discovery call with the link right there in your screen. It's a really simple first step to make sure your authorization isn't being left to chance.